Welcome to the live, everybody. As you come into the live, please introduce yourself. Let me know if you are a male, if you're a male, type 1, if you're a female, type 2. That is only so that I can know who I am talking to and I don't reference someone wrong. Um, 1 or 2, y'all. We ain't doing all this other stuff. Okay. It's just 1 or 2. Um, as well as let me know where you're from. If I already know who you are, it is unnecessary for you to do either. You don't have to because there's quite a few people that come here on a regular basis, and therefore I've already built some type of relationship with them and I know who they are. Um, so that is not pertaining to them or to you. But hit the like button as well as hit hit the like button on the live as well as subscribe to my channel. Make sure you subscribe to the channel because as always I will make sure I got very important information that is valid and valuable to you in order to help promote growth to your channel. Thank you so much for your time because one thing about it, time is something that we cannot get back, and I really do appreciate it. Hello Clint, how you doing? I really appreciate you offering or giving your time to learn this information from me. um Today we're going to take a deep dive, y'all, in business because this is a platform for business. And earlier today, I released a video. That's kind of why I had to delay out this video. I was having some technical issues with my stuff. Um, this is a business, and this is a platform for marketing and sales. That's the business that you're in. Oh, I'm so sorry. So sorry. I have family that suffer from epilepsy as well. So I can completely understand. But thank you for sitting in and with me or whatnot. But this is a business of marketing and sales. So you have to understand the business that you're in. And business marketing and sales is basically what it is. It's advertisement and it's sales to generate money. That's it. And this is the type of business that you are in. Earlier, like I said, I released a video basically telling you about how growth lies in true knowledge, and it really does. Hi, Ferguson. How you doing? Welcome to the channel. I'm going ahead and talking about what this chat is all about, and it's about providing true knowledge to help the content creator grow. If you're not a content creator, sorry y'all. I know normally I let the chats lead me in the direction in which we should go, but today I really want to take time out for content creators. And the information that I'm sharing with you, you can use it for anything. You don't have to necessarily be using it for content creation. If you are a business owner, these same rules apply because, like I said in many videos, structure, the business structure will never change. You're not going to reinvent the wheel on business structure. It is what it is. But what you will do is take whatever you know about the current business that you're in and implement it into the structure that you're doing now. So as you're coming into the room, go ahead and hit that like button for me just to get this out to the algorithm because I have valuable information that is really needed to get to content creators that really want to know how to be successful on this platform, as well as I will give you business tips that will help keep you successful even off this platform. It will offer you information that you can utilize in anything that you do. Okay. And I am a person that do extensive research in what I do. So information that I'm providing you is very authentic, very real. It is what it is. I don't believe in selling people hype. I do not believe in doing that. Hi, gamer, how you doing? I do not believe in selling people hype. Hype is only entertainment. Some people are on this platform for entertainment. I am doing good, gamer. Some people are on this platform for entertainment. Don't get me wrong. They gotta turn your channel up because you always have something to talk about. So you double tap that screen. Amen. Amen, Ferguson. Thank you. Um, some people are here for entertainment. Do not get me wrong. On this platform, it is split straight down the middle. Either you're here for education or you're here for entertainment. And like I said in many of other videos, it's the true influencers know how to take both the best of both worlds, if anybody used to watch Montana. But they know how to take both and merge it into one. So this live here is really trying to piggyback off of the video that I've already uploaded to get you the information and the nuggets that are in the video. I would encourage you to still go out and look at the video because there are a lot of things on there that will be able to help you and assist you on your YouTube. Knowledge is key, y'all. Without knowledge, you're not going absolutely anywhere. Um, Please give you 80 referral redeem codes. Gamer, I think you might have posted that on the wrong live because I'm not a gamer, so I can't give you that now, have honey. But I wish I could. Go ahead and hit that like button, y'all. Like I said, subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. But consistency is not just about you hitting a button and recording a video. It is not. Consistency is about you. You are your behavior. The consistency flows through you. You can upload all the videos you want to, but if your behavior or your knowledge of whatever you're putting on there is not consistent, you will not grow. Thank you so much. It's sad. Thank you so much. And good morning to everybody on this chat. I just want to make sure, I've always want to give acknowledgement to my viewers because without you viewers, nobody's anything on this platform. We definitely need views in order to push our stuff through. So thank you so much. So in between my talking, I will definitely acknowledge everyone on this platform and on this chat that comes through here, regardless of what I'm talking about. So, but the main topic for today will be the growth. That growth lies in true knowledge, and consistency is not just about hitting a button. It's about truly understanding what it is that you're doing. The first thing I want to tell you to do is to plan out your day and also plan out your videos. It's okay to authenticity don't just mean I hit the button and I'm just talking to you doing whatever. No, authenticity means who you are. It's what makes you unique. It's what makes you genuine. You'll notice on my thumbnails, there are words surrounding the word authentic. That's because it's described what authenticity means. A lot of people have became so thrown by what all authenticity means. They think authenticity means because you're natural. Yeah, I guess it could in a way mean because you're natural, but that's not authentic. That's just what God gave you. Okay. Don't worry, friend. Your channel gonna be big faster than you think. You just keep going and doing what you're doing. Thank you for the motivation. Thank you. And we're gonna talk about that as well because people encouragement. Motivation is necessary in order to continue on because people will get down, people will lose hope, people will be like, I don't want to do anything. But one thing I'm going to tell you, you don't never put all your motivation, inspiration in somebody else. You better understand why you're doing what you're doing. Your why has to be so strong that it will keep propelling you to the next level. And that's with any business and with anything. If you're working on somebody's job and you're an employee, the ones that makes it fast in the company is the ones who dive into the company, learn what it takes learn about the company, apply what they know about the company to themselves, and they excel far beyond everybody else. Like a lot of people they say to them, oh, those are people that were so. No, those are people that took the initiative to do what you would not. And that's why you see the different advancement inside a company. I'm a business owner myself. And when I look to engage with people, I'm looking to see how in tune they are with it, how in tune they are with whatever they're doing. If they don't have a passion or a love for what they're doing, I don't know necessarily if that's the type of person that I want to connect with. So you have to be very strategic. When a person talks to you about being strategic, you have to literally know where you're at and where you're going and where you're trying to go. So you need to strategically plan out whatever it is. And so that's why planning out your day and also planning out your videos is key. Don't just be around here hitting no buttons, y'all, and thinking you're just gonna talk and then it's just gonna go. Because one thing about it, you might catch people for a little bit, but as people get more and more informed about what you're doing or what you're not doing, they're going to fade away. So what you want to do is add valuable information to your content for it to work for you. Don't be offering a bunch of fluff. Please don't do that. That's wrong. That's not only wrong for what you're doing, but it's wrong for whoever that you are influencing because you're putting wrong information inside them in an already challenging thing that they're doing. YouTube is not easy. YouTube is it takes work for YouTube. You got to know the different formulas. You have to know the different structures in order to make it work. So just doing stuff because it made it okay for you and you became successful off of it don't mean that you need to sell that pipe dream to somebody else. I really I don't like when people do people like that because it's a disservice to others. Whatever you need to do, you need to be authentic and genuine about the information that you're giving out. Information is key. Information is powerful. I will say this and I will say this multiple times that the Bible says, my people perish from the lack of knowledge. That's true knowledge, not lies. Okay? Lies will keep you right wherever you're at. Exactly, Ferguson. Lies will keep you exactly where you are at. It will keep you stagnant. It will not allow you to grow. So you have to become, which with all knowledge that you apply, you have to use your own wisdom to decipher what is valid and what is untrue. And sometimes I know that can be very challenging because like I said, this is marketing and sales, and anybody who has been in sales learn the dynamics of what you're doing to people. When you're trying to sell somebody something, and typically if you're getting to this platform, what you're trying to sell is people's attention. You're trying to sell whatever you can to keep people attention on you. That will allow people to grow with you. That will, that allow you to grow. Necessarily, don't necessarily mean they're gonna grow with you if your intentions aren't right, right? But it will allow you to grow. But when you put that with good intentions, then it will allow people to grow with you, not leave people behind. On one of my videos, I explained a game I used to like to play when I was with anything, whether it was me learning something, me going into a company, me developing whatever. But I really use this format for my driving because I am in transportation. That's my core business. In transportation. I drive. I dispatch truck drivers. This is what I do. Okay. So in the video, I was talking about how I subconsciously probably was doing this the whole time because I was doing this as a kid and I didn't realize what I was doing as a kid that actually helped me as an adult and also helped me further my own careers as well as help me further my own businesses or whatnot. But the thing I didn't really elaborate on was what was it that I was doing. I told you what I'm doing as of now, but I like to elaborate. See, when I was younger, I used to play this game. It's funny that transportation became my career choice that I took, but I always loved traveling. I always loved driving. I always loved being in the seat, sometimes with my dad or with my mom whenever we went somewhere. We were a military family, still is a military family. So we travel a lot. So whenever we traveled during my upbringing before I moved out on my own, we pretty much in cars, right? So everywhere we went, we were driving, and I was excited about it. Like I was enthused about it. Like I would literally stay with my dad the whole time. He was like, "You up?" Yeah, because I wanted to see everything that was going on, right? But while I was doing that, I had this game where I would play this game with the car that would come driving past, right? So I would be like, I'm not the one driving, my dad is. So I'm basically like, my dad didn't hurry up and get up. In my mind, I was playing this game with the cars that were passing us, even though my father was the driver. And when I became a driver, that's how I kind of kept myself entertained whenever I took long trips. I would find somebody on the road. I would test them to see if they were willing to speed with me or not. And then if they could get through the traffic or whatever, I would utilize them and we would ride along. Pretty much was a game to myself. I don't know if they were playing the game with me, but it was a game to myself. But it would keep me entertained with the music in order to sustain these long trips that I was on. Well, what I learned about myself was I did that often, even with everything that I learned with growth and with knowledge that I obtained with stuff, what I would do was I would latch on to a person to kind of learn from them. I would gain a lot of knowledge from people, right? And then I would utilize that knowledge. And if we continue to grow together, okay, it was cool. It's like we was networking with each other. We were learning off of each other. If that person chose not to continue on with their growth, that was on them. That wasn't for me. That was on them. Each of us have our own goal. But if I saw that that person was going to grow with me or stay stagnant, then I would have to look beyond that person and then look for higher achievements. And that's kind of how I moved myself up through the corporate world, how I moved myself up through my own business, and really how I even moved myself up on this platform. You have to set goals for yourself, internal goals for yourself, in order to be able to reach those. When I say set goals for yourself, don't set these unrealistic goals when you're on here. You set goals like if the subscribers and the watch time hours are what you need. I will tell you this. As you get the subscribers and you get the views on your material, you will get the watch time hours as long as they can stay consistent with watching the information that they're watching from you. You're gonna get the watch time hours. So you said they used to want to be entertained. By now people want good content, something to watch and hear. Then you gotta, cause one thing, you can't fake the real. Don't let Thanos take over your head. Exactly. You can't fake the real. Because here's the thing about it. If entertainment is all you looking for, if entertainment all you seeking, entertainment is all you're gonna get. But what happens once the entertainment is over? And you cannot fake stuff. You can't copy and paste stuff because you're not people. You're not the individual person that's giving that information. And especially if you don't know what you're talking about. If you don't know what you're talking about, then where are you gonna go from there? You're gonna just continue to add entertainment in there. People see through that mess and they will move on. You really need to know, research, whatever it is you're doing. You need to constantly keep learning. The biggest mistake any person make in general, just in life, is to stop learning. Once you stop learning or feel you there is to know, you are no good to yourself and nobody else. You have to continue to learn. But not only learn, you have to apply whatever it is that you're learning to whatever it is that you are doing. So back to what I was saying, connecting yourself with people who are going to help you grow your platform. You have to do that, and but never forget where you came from. I think that's what happened to a lot of people when they make it or they become successful on this platform. They seem to forget where they came from. Now they might tell stories about what they came from, but that mental done change. That mind done change, and they not remembering truly where it is that came from. Like a lot of people like to focus on the big time content creators and say, oh, they got this huge platform, they got all these numbers and stuff like that. I'm going to listen to them because clearly they know what they're talking about. But that's not necessarily true. If they were on the platform for a long time, then they may know more. But that don't mean that they're. Some people use the cheat code and be prepared recording their lives. Well, you know what? It ain't nothing wrong with recording their lives. That ain't the problem. You can record your life because that is just content, and everything is content, and you can use everything to be content. You really can. And hopefully on my platform, I'm showing people that you can use anything as content, right? But that's not the problem. The problem is trying to act like something that is not. What I would not do is, in general, I wouldn't go out. Oh, pre-recording. Okay, gotcha. What I would not do is go out and purchase stuff just to make me seem like I'm something that I am not. That is the most ridiculous that you could do. All right. People telling people to go out and fake it till you make it, do this. Faking it till you make it is basically saying you're lying. Even if you're faking it till you make it to yourself, you're lying to yourself and hope that one day is going to happen. Don't lie to yourself. Simply just believe in what you can. Understand your limitations and then work through your limitations to make it grow the way that you need it to. You ain't got to fake it till you make it. You just have to believe. And then what you don't know, go out and learn it. That's all. Once you learn it, you apply it. Hi, how y'all doing? Rising 234. I'm talking about your growth and what lies in your growth, which is basically true wisdom in order for you to be successful at no matter what you're doing, whether it's this platform, whether it's business, or even if it's your career in corporate America. It really don't matter. It's all the same. It's all the same far as the mechanics and all, but and how people need to apply this stuff to make it work for them. One thing I would like to ask y'all to do is, I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Is just to hit that like button. And if I'm not familiar, I'm familiar with you, Rising 234. But if I'm not familiar with you, please put a one for a male or two for a female, so I just know who I'm talking to. I do not like disrespecting the people and calling them something that they're not. So just let me know who you are, and that way that's how I address you. And also liking keeps the videos going inside the algorithm, as well as if you would like to learn more information about what I'm telling you, hit the subscribe button so that way you can stay informed. All right, Rising, but no, Phil K, I'm not homeless. I have a home. That's crazy. But okay. But back on the topic that I'm talking to y'all about. Basically giving you the information that you need in order to become successful at whatever it is that you're doing. So we kind of left off on being connected and engaging with your community. And I was talking about how people like to talk about larger platforms versus talking about smaller content creators. Thank you so much, Success. And that's because with larger platforms, they seem to think, well, if I talk about this large platform, then it'll seem like, okay, I'm either doing what they do to become successful and I can pass it on to the next person. So they use those people in order to help benefit whatever the cause that they're doing. Now, is there anything wrong with doing that? No, it's not if that's what you're trying to do. Okay, there's not nothing wrong. But what I would say to do also, while you're mentioning the large content creators that already made it, you also need to be reaching back to the smaller content creators that have not, and really give them the information that they need in order to make it successful for them. And so by doing so, I think if you're really trying to inspire somebody, inspire them for the ones that are trying to come up to get to where either you are or where they are, and give them the information that is needed in order to do so. So, one thing I want to tell y'all about YouTube. This is if you don't learn nothing else from this live. Stop using people's names in your titles. Have I done that in my past? I have. Let me tell you what I've learned from it. A lot of stuff that I do for research purposes only, in order to be able to obtain the knowledge. Because one thing, I made a video about it. One thing about experience, it is a good teacher. So when you do stuff, it allows you to learn as long as you're learning from what you're doing. But I will tell you, by using people's name in your title, the only thing you're doing is drawing that attention channel. That is it. What's going to happen is the moment somebody click on your thing to see what you're talking about, and if they believe in whatever hype it is you're selling, they're going to click off of your stuff and go see what you're talking about, and I'll get it directly from the source. They no longer need you if you're sending them to someone else. Now, encouraging and inspiring somebody can be done, but you need to do it the right way. Either put it in your description or talk about it on the video. Don't put it in your title, because the one thing about it, the title is the first thing everybody sees after between the title and the thumbnail. Some people look directly at the thumbnail, some people look directly at the title. And that's because they need to know what it is going to go look at. So you have to do it very strategic. When people are telling you to copy and paste and do this, it's not the copy and pasting that is working, y'all. It is the keywords that are working. It is not the copy and the pasting. I love the small content creators. I highlight my community every live stream I do Monday through Friday. Amen. And I love people that do that. They give acknowledgement to other content creators to help build them up. Because anytime someone mentions your channel, especially if they're exploding or up and coming themselves, then as the people hear about them, they will go check them out to go look at them. right? But you have to do it, like I said, in the right manner. Either you do it by, like she was saying, miss success through your live streams. You can do it that way. You can do it in your description. You can just talk about it inside your videos. You can even use your community board, because the community board is now a new way of communicating and staying engaged with your community. Stop listening to people about what really blows my mind. This is one of the things that really blows my mind about a lot of content creators when they get to a certain place. And you hear it over and over again. They go, I don't care about the comments. I'm not even reading the comments. I'm not gonna respond because I kind of got to a point where like I just got too many people. I'm not gonna respond to the comments. And they go, I don't even watch their videos. Well, that is some crazy mess to tell somebody, right? Because you're a content creator and you're telling your other fellow content creators who promote you to the spot that you're at that you're not watching their videos, you're not commenting or reading their comments. That's the most craziest thing, when they are the ones you need in order to get views, to get watch time, and everything else. You cannot expect someone to continue to do stuff for you that you are not willing to do for someone else. That y'all got to get that mindset out of y'all head. What is going through this platform is nobody cares for y'all. Let me tell you one thing about people and people caring. Okay, if nobody cared about whatever it is you're doing, if you're not attracting them some way to you, then guess what? They wouldn't even first watch you. And that's just real. If a person didn't care about what you're saying, they would not care. Yes, people look for answers and problems for their solutions. I'm not taking away from that. But what keeps them there is because they care about what you're talking about. So, yes, it's rude behavior. Correct, Rising. Just straight up rude. Hey, Roxy, how you doing? Um, so they care about you. So stop doing this. And it's almost like it's an instant contradiction on everything that you're talking about, or you just truly knowing who you are as a person. You want other people to care for you, but to heck with them, I'm not caring for them. That's the most craziest thing. When it comes to subscriptions and subscribers and stuff like that, if you're a content creator, I don't really expect it from viewers, because if viewers are coming in to this, then they're just coming in because they want to be entertained, or they're coming, hey, how you day? Or they're coming in to either be entertained or educated on whatever it is they're doing. So when I'm just talking to a viewer, yeah, a viewer might not subscribe because this might not be something that they're looking for. But if you are a content creator and you are wanting somebody to subscribe to you, the very least you can do is subscribe to somebody else. That's the very least you can do. And then if you truly understand how views work, really, y'all, I don't know what everybody's thinking on this platform, but a view is really only 60 seconds. That's it. All a view is. And if a person stay engaged on your stuff for 60 seconds, you got it counted as a view. Now, what you don't have is the watch hours. And if they do not stay on your stuff, then you're not going to obtain the watch hours. So you have to be given information. What you will find out is a lot of people just give you a whole bunch of hype. They jumping around, they doing whatever. They're trying to entertain you to get that 1 minute. They ain't sitting there giving you absolutely no information. After the motivation and the inspiration, what really did they tell you? Absolutely nothing. So if entertainment or hyping is all you wanted, then entertainment and hyping is all you're going to get. Whenever you're going on anybody's channel, including my own, get the information and the knowledge you need, and then apply it to whatever you're doing. Because, it's an old saying, they say, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. Okay. So you can give them all the information in the world. It's up to that visual person to apply that stuff to make it work for them. And you have to, on this platform, you're gonna have to have some real thick skin, y'all. Y'all gonna have to learn how to put whatever you need in and take whatever you don't and put it on up out of there. And you're gonna have to develop a skill for that. That don't mean you don't listen to what people are saying, because I made a video about trolls and how trolls can actually benefit you. Trolls can benefit you on your videos when you are putting videos up and they're leaving comments. Because one, you can learn from them. If you're not so stubborn and big headed and think that you can't learn something from somebody, they might be actually telling you something that can help. Okay, I haven't had a lot of trolls on my channel because one thing about it, when it comes to my videos, the one thing about it, I'm just speaking. Okay, but for the ones that did want to, go that route, I'm a person out and I'll sit here and entertain you if you want to for a minute, as long as I could pull something up out of that and learn from it. And a lot of times you would realize is people are doing that because either they feel like they're not being heard, or they probably was on another person's channel and they ignored them, and something about you probably remind them of the person that kind of just pushed them to the side. But once you really find out what is truly going on, and you do that through communicating and talking through the comments and not just writing stuff, but really listening to what someone is saying. A lot of people, when they write on the comments, they just leave a heart or whatever. You will notice with a lot of my comments on my channel and other people's as well. I'm literally telling you, I'm literally listening to what you're saying. I'm right about what we're talking about. I'm offering some information. It's still up to the person to take that information and utilize it to where it's going to benefit them or not. But I did my due diligence by informing them or trying to inspire or trying to motivate them, because that's my true intentions for that person. But with all this, I'm going to say this: everybody's going to have a learning curve. Do not think that you are not going to have to go through your own personal learning curve on this platform. With anything that offers success, and especially with anything that offers you money, there's going to have to be a learning curve you're going to have to go through. But if you're constantly getting in all this false information and all this hype and you ain't really getting no knowledge, then it's going to be even harder for you to excel. Okay. So you got to really understand what's going on. And for the ones that were just coming in, I was basically talking about a little method I used to use as a kid that I started applying to the YouTube platform and probably my business adventures and other corporate jobs as well. I did it, I think, unknowingly until I really came to terms with what I was actually doing. And I talk about that on a video. It's not a bad thing. Some people probably look at it as a bad thing, but it's not. It's basically just setting mini goals and friendly competition into whatever you're doing. So just to kind of explain it on this video, on this live, so y'all can pretty much, if y'all have any questions or want to ask me about it, you can. Basically, the experiment is this, or exercise that I subconsciously do without being aware, is you attach yourself to different stages of who you are and where you want to be, or where you want your company to be, or where you want your business to be, where you want your goal to be within a company. So it literally can work for absolutely anything, right? So you have a group of people or a person. With me, I think I do a whole bunch of people at one in one group. I'm not going to be civil. And then, but here's the thing: on lives, I say deal with the trolls on videos, but on lives, all you got to do is just take them on out of there. If they try to disrupt whatever you're doing, just get them out of there live. Don't be messing around with that mess on the lives. I said learn from them on the video. On the live, just like I told y'all, time is precious and nobody get that back. On the live, you are only on there for so long, so you got to do what you got to do in the time that you're actually doing it. But the exercise that I was trying to tell people I somewhat do is I pick either a group of, or I pick a person, and whatever it is I'm trying to do or a goal I'm trying to accomplish. There's always three sets of people. There is somebody or not where I am, like underneath where I am, or my knowledge or my skill. There's someone that is on the line of where I am in my skill, or with me. I call that my teeter totter thing. We teeter totter off each other. We network off each other. We grow with each other, and that will always be your core. That will be what helps drive you. Never put your sole inspiration and motivation in one person, but you could feed off of whoever you surround yourself with. You ever heard the thing, well, birds of a feather flock together, or you are some of the six people that you spend the most of your time with. It works the same way in business and in growth and in development. Whoever you are closely aligned with, then you'll truly know who you are. So for people that are sitting there copying and from people, those aren't trustworthy people. They ain't somebody I would really sit there and align myself up with, because eventually what's in it is going to happen is they're going to adapt to the truthful, moral person that you are, or you're going to be corrupted with as the person that they are. So you have to know, that teeter totter, if it's worth it or not. I would say if it goes against your moral or your standards, pull yourself away from it. Um, and then there's the group that is far beyond where you're at. So you got someone that is below where you're at. You have someone or a group of people that's right there with you, or you have some people that you're trying to reach or excel to. And what you do is you learn from each group. You learn from the people that are on a lower level than what you are. And when I say lower level, I'm not talking about as a person. I would never use this illustration as a person, because ain't none of us above or beneath actually anybody. So I don't want nobody to take that me saying that as that's what I'm saying, because that is not what I'm saying. I'm talking about growth in business and growth in your corporate world and just growth in whatever it is that you're putting your goal in. That's it. Far as a person, I don't give a goddamn how much money you have or do not have. You ain't no better than nobody else, because at the end of life, we all gonna lay down. Okay, so that's just that. All right. So, like I said, I'm real strong in morals, and I'm real strong in truth, and I don't believe that crap. But when we're talking about growth in business, there's a difference in business. Okay, um, person that is under you or not quite as skilled as you, or don't have what you have or whatever, or is trying to achieve where you're at, don't think that you can't learn from this person. If nothing else, if bottom line you can't learn absolutely nothing else from this person, learn this. Learn what not to do if that person ain't growing. Okay, learn from them, because whatever got them stuck, you're gonna have to identify that, so that way it does not happen to yourself. All right, and then also reach back to those, because in that group you're going to have people that truly want help and truly want the information that you're trying to give them, or help them get to wherever you're going at. There's going to be people mixed up in that lower group. It's going to be people that has no ambition, and there's going to be people who are very ambitious and that have some serious goals. And some of those people at the lower level, even though they're at the lower level now, will far surpass you. Okay, so you're going to have to get out of self in order to be able to help others. Whenever you're self-centered or selfish, or you're just looking for yourself, then you're never going to get past this stage, because all you're thinking about is yourself. You have to be in the business and service of others. Most businesses thrive off of service. That's it. Most wealth is built off of service. That's it. You go out to eat, somebody cooking that food for you, they offering your service. When you go purchase a car, they're offering you a service of sales. Is basically what they're doing. They're catering to whatever you're doing or whatever you want in order to give you what you need. So you have to look at stop looking at stuff for just the face value of everything, and look at it for what it truly is. So back to that, and I know I'm spending a lot of time on the lower level, because I need people in that lower level position. I myself on this YouTube platform is on that lower level. I'm learning from people either that's with me, or I'm learning from people who are not where I'm at, and I'm learning from people who I'm trying to achieve from. So I'm always constantly learning from somebody. I don't have all the answers, but what I will do is I will attach myself to different groups of people, whether they're the same as me, not so much as the same as me, or completely above me, and I will learn from each one of them. Like I said, with the lower level, even if you don't learn nothing else from them, learn what not to do to keep you stuck. Okay, if nothing else, learn that. All right. From the person that is doing the teetotaling, or the group that's doing the teetotaling, after I get to a certain point and I know I want to surpass where I'm at, I'm looking for others that are either somewhere close to the goal I'm trying to achieve to, or just at the goal I'm trying to achieve to. And that's because I can now work with them. We can feed off of each other. We can grow off of each other. You may go above me, I may be up under you, but we're constantly going like this, okay? Until one of us excels, and then they go off, to the masses. And then hopefully whoever that is reach back and say, hey, y'all, I got this. Here it is. Let me help you. Okay. Um, and that's how I kind of do it. Just like when we was in the car when my dad was driving, and then when I was driving a long distance, I pick a car. I pick a car. I keep up with them. I play this little game with them. When they go off of the highway, I don't follow them off the highway. I keep going. I just find somebody else. The same concept that you have to do when you're doing this platform or any other business, for that matter of fact. You need to, and then while you just little teeter-tottering thing with this person, you need to also be looking ahead. You find the top person that you want to get to their level. Now, you don't shoot from the teeter-totter stage to the top person, but what you do is you find people in between there, and you hit those goals from the people or the group of people that you're attaching yourself to. And just like the teeter-totter stage, once you get there, if they're stuck there and they ain't trying to continue growing, you don't get stuck with them. You move on and you find somebody else that's going to help keep you elevated and keep the knowledge coming in. But always reach back, because in every level there's going to be someone that wants to move along too, that don't want to stay stuck, that need information from you. Continue to, how they say, pay it forward or pay it backwards well. So that way you don't lose sight of where you come from, who you are as a person, and what it took for you to get there. And I really truly think that a lot of people, they lose that. When they get to a certain point, they get blinded by money, they get blinded by fame, and they let whatever little success they got going go to the head. They basically, and some are arrogant enough to tell you this is what they're doing. I don't know why, because that's one of the dumbest things you can absolutely do. If that's your take, then you better keep it hidden, okay? Because just telling folks that's what you're doing, the wise one will be like, okay, whatever, this person ain't really here for me, okay? So make sure, I said all that to say this, because all of that, what I just said, is really entangled in engaging with your community, engaging with people that are talking on your platform, not just your platform. You better step outside your platform too and go to other people's stuff as well. Offer the same support you would want somebody to support you in. And a lot of people, they probably thought that I was just a viewer and just making comments on people's stuff, because I'm on a lot of people's stuff, talking and having engaging conversations with a lot of people. During this time right now, like I got a lot of downtime, so I'm able to do a lot. I know a lot of people don't have that kind of, they have their jobs, they have their kids, they have other goals outside of YouTube that they're trying to do. So I'm not saying that have all this massive amount of time to do stuff. But when you do it for one, sometimes that might have to be enough for your situation. But you only change stuff one person at a time. You don't A lot of times you're not changing it by the masses unless you have a huge influence over people. And hopefully you're doing it the right way. Right. Um I've already talked to you kind of about, not using the titles and of other people's name in your titles in order to draw the attention from yourself. That's something you just don't want to do. In marketing and sales, that ain't a good sales thing. Because like I said before, using various businesses. How many times is promoting Target? How many times is McDonald's promoting Wendy's or Burger King promoting McDonald's? How many times is KFC promoting Popeyes or Popeyes promoting KFC? Absolutely none. All right. So you're going to have to stop doing that. You're going to have to stop promoting other people's on titles, not encouraging other people, but don't be promoting other people, because all it's doing is taking away from whatever that you're doing. And like I said, when following someone, make sure that they're giving you knowledge and not just hype. Don't be buying stuff, y'all. Don't be listening to all these lies and this hype and all this crap, because all it's doing is hindering your growth. That is all it's doing. But most importantly, whatever you learn, make sure that you are applying that information to yourself, um, and using it wisely with what you're doing. Strategic strategy, consistency, both in uploading and behavior. Learn as much as you can, developing your knowledge into wisdom, learn how to decipher between lies and truth. All that you have to do. And another thing, what you're gonna have to do is stop listening to these. Y'all gonna have to get into you're gonna have to get into the YouTube studios. You're going to have to get into the back of that back office and learn how that stuff works. You have to. It's just plain and simple. Ain't no business anywhere, including my own businesses. If you're not following the data and learning from your data, will not grow. It just ain't gonna happen. So when you tell people to right, when you exactly, so when you tell people do not learn analytics and don't be looking at numbers because it's going to drive you crazy. No, it's driving them crazy because they ain't taking the time out to learn they supposed to in order to be successful. YouTube studio, it literally is showing what people like, what people don't like. And I'm not a big person on niching or niching down. I'm not. But you could take the information that they're telling you that they like, that people like, and incorporate it in whatever it is that you want to do. You turn a blind eye to what is actually driving your business, you are shutting yourself down. You are literally putting a stop block on yourself. So stop doing it. Stop listening to people talking about you don't need to understand your analytics. You don't need to follow your numbers. You don't. If you didn't need it, they would not give it to you. YouTube is a business. You know that you need this information in order to be successful. And that's what the struggle lies at. The struggle lies in people being lazy and not just wanting to invest what the time that they need in order to learn what they need in order to make it work for them. Am I saying it's easy? No, I'm not. I literally showed you a video where I showed y'all my schedule and how, I'm a very organized person. I plan everything out, I write everything down, and it's not just for my business, this is for my life too. I just brought back some of my budgeting videos so you can actually see how I budget my money that actually helped me. And it's not to show people, oh, this is what I do. No, this is showing people, look, at one point in my life, I had a struggle with management. And if you don't understand how to manage your money, you're not going to be successful. I don't give a darn how much money you make. That money was gonna come in and it's gonna go right back out. So you can act like you got all this all you want to, but it is not. If you don't have money management and time management, you are screwing yourself and you just running a rat race. Okay. Um, you must be us. We all carry a value of who we are. We must find that value. Exactly. And that's what makes you unique, Rising. That is what makes you unique, and that's what makes you authentic. And that's what people are looking for. People ain't looking for no lies. They're not looking for that. They're not looking for what you could copy off somebody else. You could take stuff from people and learn from them. But if it's not resonating with you, you can't force that because it's going to come off force. I'm sorry, it's going to come off force. You might think you selling the dream, and to some you might, because unfortunately, with all the stuff that I'm telling you, there are just some gullible people out there. I'm just being real. I am a real person. That's where the break come with me. Like either people like me or they it ain't really too much of in between with me because the reason being is because I tell a lot of truth. I tell a lot of truth. And one thing about me, I done myself in book. You know, I'm not ashamed of anything I went through or what I had to do in order to make it through this life. But and I'm very open and I'm very honest with people. So if I'm that way about myself, you best to believe that's who I'm looking for with everybody. I'm not saying you have to be, but that's what I'm looking for when I look at people and I listen to what they give us. Yes, I got a video coming out. I'm debating self whether to believe it or not. Sometimes I can be wrong. No, and that's who you are. That's who you are. That's who you are. Period. You don't deny. The Bible says to deny self for sin. Okay, but it does not tell you to deny yourself in order to understand yourself. In order for somebody to understand you, then they have to know who you are. If you're suppressing that because you're feeling like they're not going to be able to take it, whatever message is meant for whoever, they're going to get it. If it's not meant for them, they're not going to get it. Point blank, period. Okay. So don't be holding back what God has put in you. One thing about it, whatever God put in you that is not being flamed out, that means it was put in you for a reason. It wasn't just put to you for you, it was put into you for other people. And when you do not present that, it's like a lot of things in my life that God has revealed to me that I had until I got to a point where I had to learn to stop doing it and just trust in the Lord. I would be like, I'm not doing that. I'm not saying that. I'm not doing this. I'm not saying that. Because you worry about what other people think and whatever the people say or do. Now, that is true. Can't worry about what everybody's going to say or do. You know, you got to go with whatever's being placed inside of you. And it's being placed inside of you for a reason. Now, just like good things are being placed inside of you, some bad things are placed inside of you as well. And you have to self analyze yourself to say, is this right or is this wrong? Right? Sometimes you will get the wrong information out there, and God will put your way to let you know, hey, that was wrong. But once you realize it, you don't try to hide it. You fix whatever's wrong and then you move on. That's how you grow. I watched I want to get her name right, but I know it's on my phone. But she had a little in her head or whatnot. I think it's New Views, New Horizon, or something like that. And I was watching her video yesterday, and I made a comment on her video, and she was talking about how she was pruning her plant, and the whole time she was saying it, I was like, "Sis, all that is growth. That is God growing you, just like you pruning that plant and pulling that plant so it can expand. The same thing that you're going through is for God to expand you. So." You have to do stuff right. You have to, when you put something out there that is wrong and your intentions was not to deceive or whatever, the information will be brought to you. And a lot of people seem to get that miscombobulated with hate. That's not hate. That's just somebody trying to show you so that way you don't have to go through whatever struggles or misinformation that's fed to them or whatever. Now, that's not to say ain't people on here hating, because there are people on here hating. But if you have a discerning spirit and you really paying attention, you're gonna know what is hate and what is truth. The thing about the truth is, truth will never change. Truth will always stay the same. The one thing about a lie, baby, when you start telling a lie, you're gonna have this lie and another lie. You're gonna have to remember the lie that you told. You're gonna have to try to stack that thing up to try to make it seem right, and that's where your everything crumbles. And one thing about God, you might think you're getting away on people by lying to them and stuff or whatever, but he ain't gonna never let you prosper in that. He's not gonna. You might, the same might allow you it to hit out for you, but you ain't gonna prosper. Whatever you obtain, you're going to lose. And it ain't. And some people think, oh, this is just your God just using this as a testimony. No, some of that stuff is being used because that was what some people like to call your karma, or some people like to say you reap what you sow. Some of that stuff is because of what you have done to others. And until you get it right, you will not prosper from that. And until you be real with yourself, you will not be able to grow. And that's what's happening to a lot of people. Like when I say about my videos, a lot of my videos is because people don't know who I am. A lot of times, when stuff do pop out and somebody get on my video, they be like, man, how come I ain't never seen you before? It's because the way the system is set up. The system is set up for each viewer, whatever they engage in. When that person looks outside of their norm, then other things is brought into their view. When they engage in other people's comments, that's why I tell y'all, engagement is key, y'all. When you engage in other people's comment and then you start looking at their stuff, it's going to not only bring stuff to you, but it's also going to bring it to them. Okay? You know how you can be sitting up here on your phone and talking about a conversation, and all of a sudden it's popping up on your phones and your computer. AI, that's all it is. It's AI. It's machine learning, artificial intelligence that is listening in on everything that we're doing here. Okay, so it's doing the same thing, not just for you, but everybody in this algorithm. Okay, so You have to get out and you have to engage with other people. If you're not engaging, you're not growing, right? When I really learned this concept, I went from having 42 subscribers to having almost 800 subscribers within a short time span of about 2 months. I say my growth really happened like in 3 months, but really it happened in 2 months, right? People will look at my, you can, like I said, open book. I'm not hiding it from nobody. You go look at my profile. Go back to it, and this is how you can. This is why people shouldn't lie, because if anybody want to see if you're lying, all they got to do this. Uh, Check my picture. Go into look at my history of the channel. Okay, it'll show you my views. It will show you the time that I signed on YouTube and everything. On mine, I believe it shows 2008. During that time, I was a viewer. How you can test this out? Because Tamara don't delete nothing. Go inside my videos. Look to see when I post my first video. I posted my first video in 2020. All right, so that is approximately. They didn't hit the month that I posted my first video in. I thought it was like in August. That was almost 4.5 years ago. Right? That was when I first jumped on. If you ever heard the story, because I was researching stuff, I was trying to make stuff work out for my business. I was low on some funds, and I was into gambling at the time. So I was trying to figure out ways on how to get money faster and learn the technique of gambling. But okay, of course, what I've learned is house always win, and unless there is a true system that you can figure out, you ain't gonna beat those codes. Okay, but that's what actually brought me here. What kept me here was just my desire to help other people. So now that I am into the content creation, I can see what's going on. I see a lot of people keep having the same situations over and over. They're saying the same thing over and over. And I am a person that has great discernment. I'm a person that love research, that will take on stuff to help other people. If you listen to my story, you know about my background. I'm in the transportation industry, and that is the most cutthroat industry, which is crazy because you would think that would be something I would turn away from because it go against a lot of stuff that I believe in. However, what ended up happening was I was just at a really bad time in life where I just really needed money. I didn't have the businesses that I have been endeavoring now. I really needed the money. And so what ended up happening, my car broke down. I didn't have transportation. I was catching cabs all these times. And one lady, and the only reason she stuck with me because her name was Annette. That's my mom's name. Okay, so her name was Annette. And Miss Annette was sitting there telling me, girl, you catch all these cabs. You need to be doing this. And I was like, I'm not gonna drive a cab. I came from corporate, y'all. I came from corporate America, and the cab world was not in my radar at all. So when she told me, I was just like, okay, yeah, good. And I'm just being real. Okay, I'm listening to her story, but I'm not really listening to me doing that because I'm not finna. Transportation was not nowhere in my radar, y'all, at all. Okay, but what was in my radar was me trying to get my car fixed, me trying to get back up on my feet and stuff like that. And when times got extremely hard and I didn't have anything else to fall back on, this whole conversation popped back up in my head. I heard how she could get the money quickly or whatever, how she was making, and all I was trying to do was just trying to better my situation. But with me, I'm going to learn, I'm going to research what I'm in. I'm trying to figure out how this thing works. Because in order for me to be able to make it benefit myself, I really got to understand what I'm doing, right? And I was one of the worst cab drivers you probably ever known. Because one, I didn't understand the business. I was not from that world. And I sucked. I literally sucked. I ended up getting into it, but I sucked. I would make money, but the only money I was making was to pay these people for their car. That was it. And I was still in a situation, and stuff was deterring. It was deterring and bad. What basically helped me out was a young gentleman that was in college, and he looked at me as his auntie. And during the time where I almost was about to completely walk away from the transition business, he took me in. He saw me one day after they literally had just told me, Give me your keys. You're not good at this. You need to go find something else. It's just not gonna work out for you." And I was sitting in there crying. I literally was in the car just boohoo crying because everything was like falling apart. I had 5 kids. I was solely relying on myself to take care of my children. I was losing stuff left and right. I didn't know what to do. And the last thing I thought I could hold on to was about to be gone. Right? And the way these people did it, man, they did it so conniving, so it was crazy. I mean, they had my head pumped up, thinking I was gonna be able to do this and do that, and then snatched it all away from me, just like that. Well, anyway, I was sitting in the car and I was crying. And God knows how to bless you. He sent that young man over there. He was like, "Auntie, what's wrong?" And I was like, "Honey, today is just not the time. I just got so much going on. I don't know what I'm gonna do." And he was like, "No, I ain't never seen you like this," because everybody saw me as a bubbly personality, always trying to help somebody or whatever. And that's kind of how attached himself to me. He was like, "You made me think of my aunties back home." You know, he was. I believe he was some type of Caribbean or something. But he attached himself to me that way because I reminded him somebody of his family. But anyway, I was sitting there bawling my eyes out. I'm sitting there crying in the cab, like, what in the world am I gonna do? You know, and he was like, so I'm telling him, he was like, "Auntie, no, really wrong." I was like, "You people gonna take my keys, I ain't got no money, like I don't know what the heck I'm about to do." Right? And he was like, "Come here, I'm gonna help you out." And I'm like, "What?" I was like, "Boy, I ain't got time for this." You know, because a lot of times, a lot of young people do attract themselves to me. I think I'm younger than what I am, but I'm not. Okay. And so I'm thinking at this point, this is what this young man is trying to do, right? So I'm like, I ain't got time for this crap. Okay. Just too much stuff going on, and you about to see another side of me that I'm really not trying to let you see because I'm stressing out. And he was like, "No, Auntie, come here." He said, "I got you. I know how this works. I know how this whole thing works, Auntie." He said, "All these people want his money." I said, "Boy, I have not been listening to my story. I don't have no money." So then he was like, "I got you. I got you." I mean, this is how much this young man knew his business and how much he trusted and cared about me as a person at that time. That young man went in there, he paid off my balance. He said, "Give her her keys back." I got her. He took me out there. He showed me the ropes of how it worked as far as the transportation business. And baby, I was taking notes. I was like, okay, because I needed this thing. I needed it to work for me. So I was taking notes. But in the back of my mind, I was going to pay you back for what you just tried to do to me. So I learned everything I needed to learn from this young gentleman. It was during Florida Georgia week. I made the most money. This was a time when Florida Georgia, you could rack up as a cab driver from Florida Georgia. I mean, people was making so much money. It literally held them over for like 6 months for just about a week worth of driving around in those cabs. And I had my opportunity to go ahead and make the money, a whole bunch of money at that time from what this young gentleman had shown me. But then I got my money, threw them their keys, and I left and went somewhere else. That particular place that I went to work at was another cab company out Mayport, and but my mindset was still the same. I was going to help as many people as I could because here myself, I would have been out there if nobody stepped in to help me. That young gentleman, we became real good friends over the years. From me transferring from that job, learning more, I ended up being the trainer. I started off as a driver. They recognized, what I was doing, how I was teaching people. So they brought me in as their trainer. I started training drivers for that particular company. And then within a year, the operations manager. And at first, I just had like little part companies that I did until the owners got wind of what I was doing. And then I became the manager for the whole company. I was literally lining everything up. And this is where my knowledge came in for transportation and where my growth came from transportation. And I became one of the worst cab drivers to, I was one of the worst cab drivers to, I became very knowledgeable in my industry and went really far. I believe through the course of my time, my highest income that I had earned at that point was like 130,000 between what I was making as an operations manager, what I still did because I felt a love for what I was doing. But what I did was I grew this massive team for this company that had, for in the past, they would have problems with holding. So they would like run through drivers all the time. But when they made me their operations manager, and I'm sure they made me because I was obtaining and I was keeping a lot of their drivers. I ended up having almost 300 drivers up under me at that time. That was basically making the company, tons of money. What ended up happening with that was when the more control I got, the more I learned, the more stuff I started seeing that just was not resonating with me. I'm deeply grounded in morals. I am like I can't do something that's going to make me be able to sleep at night. So the more I grew up in the company, I started seeing things from my CIO that he was doing that was against the company, the people that had put me in this position that allowed me to grow and be where I was. Um, a guy I was talking to at the time, he always used to tell me, "You are the company." A lot of drivers say, "You're the company. You're the one who's the driving force. Before you got to this company, wasn't nothing." So what? It ain't about me. It's about the people that was willing to help me and to where I was. So me and him always had a constant conflict about me staying at this company versus me going on my own. But there was some truth to what he was saying, and eventually it led me to just move outside of it because it got to a point where I just couldn't. I was in and out of the hospital because I was killing myself trying to make stuff right for my drivers. Because at the end of the day, I was always a driver. I was in their position at one point, and I would never want to do to something that I wouldn't want somebody to do to me. I'm not going to do it to anybody else. So it got to a point where I was in and out of the hospital. Stuff was happening. My health. I was stressed out because of everything that was happening to me. So what the guy I was talking to was saying was actually something that I really needed to hear, and I had to just own up to the fact that either you're going to keep putting all this time and energy into somebody else's stuff, or you're going to go out do what you're doing for someone else on your own, especially when they even trying to help the people that you're trying to help. And that was my defining moment. I had to walk away from what literally had uh, created all this knowledge, a lot of money, and all this other stuff in me. And now I had to have faith in whatever God was showing me that He was going to take me where I needed to be. And that's kind of how I ended up starting my own business, what led me up even to this platform or whatever. So you literally you have to believe in whatever it is that God has placed inside of you and who you are. Thank you so much, Ryzen, before. You literally have to you have to believe what God has placed inside of you, and you have to utilize that. The person in me will always be the same. I'm grounded in morals. I'm grounded in truth. I'm grounded in research and knowledge. I have been this way since I can remember. Okay, even in my story, I tell a thing about my dad. He always would be saying, "I wonder what she think about this." He was like, I was always my dad was always interested in my take on things, okay? Because he knew that I would always research stuff and I would always look into it deeply to see whether or not it's going to work or whether it's not. And before I give it to somebody, I made sure it was tight and it was solid. And that didn't, mine leaving the company didn't come with some backlashes. I ended up having to face some consequences because of me leaving that company. Money, things were lost. Had a hard time. Now, if you do the other part of my story about all the stuff I had to go through after divorce, you will understand that as well. But I'm a true believer. If God got you going through a storm, He's going to bring you out of that storm as well. And He has not come short of His promise to me. Okay, so that's why I am so go in oriented as many people as I can, because when I see something that I know that is hurting other people, I will make sure if it's placed in me to do it, I'm gonna make sure I allow God to use me the way He wants to use me. And one of those ways was trying to get information out to people in order for it to benefit them. And however, take whatever you want to take from whatever I tell you, and make it work for you and you only. Okay. And I believe in all this hype with people. Like, half of the people that sell you these pipe dreams and half of these viewers that's watching your stuff, they ain't even watching all these stuff. They have getting the information and then they're running off and just doing whatever instead of really sitting down and listening to what people are saying, research what they're trying to give you. The majority of the people aren't. And then I'm just going to keep it with you. They're not. Okay? And that's partially the problem that is running through here. People don't give enough time to themselves to really find out what's true and what's false. They're just going off, you know, the front side of everything. So, like I said, I just wanted to do this live in order so people can understand what's going on. And I think I'm gonna probably do more of these in the morning, far as when I upload, because I got a real tight schedule. Like I got since I have all this time on my hand now because I'm helping a family member, I kind of got my schedule. And if you go back to the video, you can see it. I'm not gonna take y'all back to that, but I got a tight schedule, but I'm also learning ways on how to improve on that as well. So one of the ways I saw was when I was making this authentic, the video was entitled uh, the truth lies in knowledge is what the video said. They said authentic, meaning authenticity. Uh, Hey, Steve, how you doing? And I said, well, I'm doing lives twice a day. Just use your morning live since it's more geared to people probably more business minded in the daytime versus in the afternoon. I'm just like I said, I come from a business where it's structured around people, and this business is no different, structured around people. So once you understand people behavior, you can implement things in order to benefit whatever your cause is. So I figured in the mornings when I upload my first video on my video tips, I can come back in the morning on the morning lives and have open discussion with people. Typically, my videos, like I let my viewers kind of lead the content, and even today, I still keep stopping. I want to make sure I give y'all acknowledgement because without y'all, I'll just basically be talking to myself on another video. But so I want to make sure I still keep that engagement. But in the daytime, I'm going to use it more for like the educational side. The first video and the second one will be like all the rest of them normally be. Hey, let's talk about whatever. What do you want to talk about? I can laugh and joke at whatever y'all saying on on my lives. I kind of just wanted to turn the morning sections of my live video into learning time. So now I guess I'll open up the flow. I'm gonna shut my mouth up because the Lord knows I've been doing a lot of talking and telling y'all stuff. I definitely want to hear from my viewers, so I'm going to turn it back over to y'all. If there's anything that y'all want to say or ask me, feel free to. Like I said, I dug myself an open book. If it's to help somebody. If you're trying to be crazy and stupid, you're gonna either get ignored or blocked. So don't even try me. But like the video, and if you want more information, then please subscribe to the video. Hey, sweetie ma. Hey, sweetie ma. Hey, Tika, how you doing? Now, Ratika got a fan club here on my live, boy. Them men know they love Ratika. How you doing? Hey, hun, Christina. Christina have a few of them too. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm blessed. Yes, I am. How you doing though? How's everything going? You're in India, right, Ratika? How's everything over there? Aw, thank you so much. Y'all, I really do appreciate y'all. Y'all just don't know. I really do. Although I'm a person that sometimes have a hard time showing emotions, I'm very in tune with other people's emotions and stuff like that. So I really do appreciate everything. Any support that anybody give me through watching my videos, coming on these lives, being on the lives with me. Because y'all could be going through anything else y'all want to. And y'all chose to give me a little bit of y'all time. So I really do appreciate that. Like I said, hit that like button, y'all. And hit that subscribe button. And let's talk. So what do y'all want to talk about now? Hey, cowgirl. How you doing? Cowgirl is a regular too. She have a unique lifestyle, but we love her though. Her and Cowboy. No, I haven't forgotten you, Rashika. Trust me, one thing about it, I used to be outside of the transportation. I used to be a server. So one thing they taught me as a server is you learn people, you learn their name, and you make it more personal about them. So even though y'all not talking to me directly, I read y'all stuff and I'm taking it in. So I remember folks. That's why I said. That's why I said at the beginning of my life. If you already been on here, I already know who you are. You ain't got to even listen to what I'm saying as far as the one and the two, because I already know y'all. No, I have not. And obviously you're learning me too. I have not ate yet. I'm going to go downstairs after this live and I'm gonna get me something to eat. Because I know I did a couple of at night while I was eating because like I said, my schedule is so like y'all go watch the video, y'all see what I do. I'm gonna make some changes. I think my morning live because I think I'm really rushing myself when I get up. I get up like 6:30, but I still gotta take a bath, get dressed, get my mind together, do a little research, write some stuff down. So I think 'cause I had it at 8 o'clock, that's not enough time. I'm changing my lives till 10 o'clock. This one would have been at 10, but I was having technical issues with my computer. Like I guess with all the videos and stuff that I keep recording, it's taking up a lot of storage. I got to look into something to dump some of this stuff in because it's taking up too much space on my laptop. Shoot, the phone was getting ridiculous. Like I had to keep deleting stuff off my phone. Oh, my super chat. I don't know. I don't. I guess you hit the super chat and just decide what you want. If you don't want to do a super, just do the super chat. I do have a cash app that I have. It is my company's name. Okay, so it is TcruznTransportation. It is dollar sign TcruznTransportation. That's TCRUZN Transportation. Is my Cash App name. So if you want to get something Cash App that way. Matter of fact, I don't even be thinking about this when I be doing stuff. I need to make a banner so people could see my Cash App if they want to. If they can't donate the super chat. But I really appreciate anything. In all things that people offer me. I don't drink coffee, y'all. I do not. So if you want to donate to my fund, it's gonna be to a soda or to a water or a juice fund because I don't drink. What? I don't have that, hon. Jesus Christ. See what I tell you? Y'all will get blocked. Don't have that at all. Uh, don't come here on here acting ignorant because you will be blocked. Please don't. Normally my daughter be my moderator, but she works in the daytime as well. And I do have one moderator right now, but typically he comes on in the afternoon. That's boss. But I am looking for other people to help me out when it comes to the moderator. So for those that do want to be moderators, that are my regulars that I know, let me know, and then I will make y'all a moderator. So when y'all on here with me, y'all can kind of help me out with these folks that be coming in here. What trying to tell me, Ratika? I'm listening. I'm all ears. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Ratika. Thank you. That is sweet. Yeah, but like I said, I don't really think about a lot of the cash side of it. Like I really have to start looking at because my goal has always been the same. As far as my business, it was to come and um generate more funds to go towards my business or to advertise like my businesses. Because I have a main business and then I have side businesses. I make stuff. So hi, okay. I seen you on here before, but you know me, should know me by now. But hi, how you doing? Let's keep it clean. Let's keep it human. Let's keep it respectful, sir. I have a side business, so I make kids socks, like ruffle socks. If you look on my previous videos back in the day, you'll see that I was explaining that. Far as my first video that was 2020, but I really did post a lot of stuff in there. I didn't really get serious about this until last year. Oh, yeah, I remember Ratika. So I'm just trying to inform, let everybody know the direction on where my channel is going. And like I said, I'm really focused in on the business side of YouTube. No, you're okay, Ratika, you good. On the business side of YouTube and learning more as far as that is concerned. With digital products, I don't believe in something I give y'all for free that's not taken away from something I'm already doing. I do not believe in charging for that. But as I grow more and get more knowledgeable, like one on one, if people want to like get me for one on one outside of these lives that they can't answer questions on through there, I might look into it that way. Then y'all need to also be looking into other ways to make income off this platform because that's what it's here for. It's for advertising and sales. So I'm looking also into the brand deals. Um, and I know, Ratika, I know. I'm looking into more of the brand deals and how I can uh, intertwine my side businesses in with the business side of YouTube. Um, from what I do. I'm a commentary, so I do a range of stuff, and I'm not locked into any niche. So so I'm working on that to see how I'm gonna do that portion of it. But there's just so many ways that you could do this. You could be an advertiser for yourself or other channels. You can advertise their voice or their marketing person for their particular branding, and if you want to collab with somebody to do that. But I would tell each and every one of you that are content creators, look for other ways other than AdSense to make money. Utilize this platform. However, you have to utilize this platform the right way, of course, in order to generate you some money in whatever it is that you're trying to do. Success is different for everybody. My success and what I say is success will not be the next person's success. Your success will not be mine, because we're all here for different things. Um, Right now it is 12:22 p.m. and I'm about to get off this live in about 8 more minutes. I'll stay on for about 8 more minutes. I don't like going past the 8.5, I mean the hour and a half mark. So now is the time to ask questions, unless y'all think of something for this afternoon, on anything that y'all want answers to or help with. And I gotta get to my skits, y'all. A lot of stuff going on in the Catching Wayne world. Y'all know I love doing that. I get so much joy and entertainment from doing that. So I gotta kind of jump on that. I think I'm gonna stick to, like I told y'all, I plan everything, y'all. Okay. I think I'm gonna stick to, and I'm probably gonna go over this to kind of help people out how they can implement this themselves to kind of keep their own personal graph on what's going on. But I do a daily chart of my stuff, so I know each day how many I get, how many videos I put up, what areas, because I do multiple array of videos. I see how much each particular video I do, what day I actually my channel grows from it, what days it does. And then yes, it is up and down. It is up and down. Um, but for the most part, I do believe I'm gonna stick to the 7 a day video scheduling that I have. Two lives, one in the morning, one in the afternoon, at least 2 to 3 SkitLanta skits, 1 to 2 YouTube tips or motivational speakings in order to help. I think I'm gonna leave it the YouTube thing at 1, because I am dedicating one of my lives to the business. So typically I would have said 2 for that as well, but I think I'm gonna leave it at 1. I'm from the United States, the USA. Wait, what is it? Hello, USA. I don't know if you know Spanish, but I don't even know if you're gonna be able to see this with that lighting. Man, I'm learning this of lighting too, y'all. That lighting be something else. Um, when I record early in the morning, yeah, there you go. Normally, when I record early in the morning, I don't have all this reflection coming in, but the light, depending on where that sun is resonating out there through them blinds, I got to get something probably to block that, so that way I can control the lighting in the room. But yeah, so I'm gonna have 2 lives, one dedicated to tips and to help your business grow. One is a free for all. Let's talk. Let's do whatever. Uh, One YouTube tip, since I'm having a live that's dedicated to SkitLanta. It will range anywhere from 2 to 3 videos for the SkitLanta. You take care too, Ratika. And you'll probably notice in the future I'll be doing some skits of my own, because I really enjoy them skits, y'all. I really did. And once again, this platform is broken up between educational and entertainment. And the ones who benefit the most is the ones who know how to intertwine the two. Um, so I'm gonna go over this breakdown probably in tomorrow's video, YouTube tips, to kind of try to help you to track your own stuff. That way you could might make it a little bit easier than YouTube Studios. but I still suggest that y'all learn at YouTube Studio. Do not take that element out of your platform whatsoever. I really enjoyed this. This was fun. Um, as you can see, I'm evolving, y'all. I'm evolving. I'm taking my channel to different heights. You probably start noticing a little bit more editing on my videos because I am even loving the editing part too. Some of it, like today's video, I was recording and I'm gonna take that out of the video. I decided to leave it because it actually worked with that video, but moving forward, you'll probably see more editing on my videos. The more technical intelligent that I get, the more information I learn about the technical side of filming, because that's pretty much the platform is marketing and sales, but you are in media, filming, and everything else when you're doing this recording. So you got to kind of learn that industry as well while you're doing this to make it effective. Um, you got to know how to position your camera. What is a good side of you? What isn't a good side of you? Oh, and another suggestion I will make before you start recording videos for that day, take your camera and just make little snapshots of yourself so you can put that inside of your thumbnails. Because what I have noticed with a lot of mine is I was using the SkitLanta commentary. At first it blew up, but then as people knew that's what I was doing, it's that if you just using the same thumbnail over and over, it takes away from the appeal of the people that are actually looking at it. So one suggestion I would make to you is at the beginning of your day before you start recording videos, or at some point throughout the day, take different snapshots of yourself making different expressions. Like what I like to do, I like to think of the different emotions people go through. So I'd be like sad, that's not picture. I'd be like happy. What I'm saying? So do little things like that in order to get those screenshots, to get those pictures where you can put inside your thumbnails that can emphasize to people about your content and it can grab their attention. That's one thing I'm starting to do as well. So you're gonna start noticing a lot of my pictures. Some of my thumbnails won't have me, but for some of them it will. It'll have me. Like yesterday, I did one. I was cracking up. Man, I was laughing so hard at myself. I had put a thought up about the country Wayne. It was between Anthony and Amber, and then I had myself doing this. I was trying to on my phone. I don't see where I could take a picture on a timer, so I was trying to show both of my hands like this on both of them. But the one hand I used to hit the button to record, and so on that thumbnail you'll see me go like this, and the way it caught Anthony, it almost looked like I'm smushing Anthony's face. I was like, oh man, that's cool. So play around with that stuff because don't be listening to people talking about thumbnails don't matter and stuff like that. Yes, it does. It absolutely does. Thumbnails matter, titles matter, that description matter about what you as a viewer, when you're watching a videos, what attracts you to that if you're not specifically looking for that thing, right? So if you came on YouTube and you was looking for something else, something caught your attention. Look, analyze what caught your attention. What about that thing caught your eye to make you want to go click on that specific video and watch it? It's the same thing that's happening with your viewers, y'all. So learn and educate yourself. Get the knowledge that you need in order to sustain as well as propel your channel. 'Cause like I said, I went from 42. I am now currently at 1,070. I told you in the video, I'm looking at someone that had 1,100 subscribers and friendly competition. I'm 30 subscribers off of you. But that's the way I can push myself. Not that I'm comparing, but I'm pushing myself on my own goals. And I advise you to do the same. Like attach yourself to people so that way you can propel what you're doing. So my own personal goal and my own personal competition that I'm having with myself, and unbeknownst to that person that I'm having with them as well. I am 30 subscribers away, so trying to get to 1,100, y'all, and hopefully within the next couple of days. Because I think I average anywhere from seven to 30 subscribers a day. I think that's pretty much what I average on a regular. Normally it's about seven. But set those personal small goals for yourself in order to help your channel. At the end of the day, you're still doing this to help yourself, even if you're helping other people. I would hope so. Anyway, um, But once again, success is in the eye of the beholder. The success is what is success to you. Okay. So go ahead and hit that like button as you're getting ready to leave out. We're getting ready to end this live, and as well as subscribe to my channel. I look forward to talking to y'all in the comments, on the community boards, inside your videos. Look, I call myself T all the time. T is gonna be there for y'all, y'all. I'm gonna look for this information it's out to you, but you have to be the one to go click on the videos and watch it, in order to make it work for you. And rest assured, I'm not giving you no crap. It's going to confuse you even more than what the system will confuse you as. But as always, be your brothers and sisters keeper, kid causes, and toodles.